Has been out of the league since the Lakers got tired of Rodman's antics last April, just 23 games after signing him. Rodman will make his debut at home Wednesday against Seattle. In fact, the Worm is choosing to live with incoming Mavericks team owner Mark Cuban at his 4,000 square foot estate. Sounds like a party to me.
He showed up 5 minutes early for the Mavs debut against the Sonics. Before Rodman got to the arena, Don Nelson shook things up, putting Dennis in the starting lineup. Sean Bradley, the demoted starter, reacted by hurling a basketball at the ball rack and pouting. So much for team chemistry. There is the robo-rebounder.
Reunion Arena. Did I mention it was sold out?
Tonight at forward, number 70, Dennis Rodman.
Place was energized. Rodman goes to work off the miss. You can tell Dennis has been working out twice a day. Tips the ball to himself, grabs his first rebound. Off the Vin Baker miss. Dennis again, grabbing the board, 13.
Rodman, a surprise starter in this game, and not too bad here for the nice rebound. This is what he does best, tussling for the grab. And
cheer him on, the Rodman fans there. Watching Dennis, opening quarter here. Gary Payton to Ruben Patterson, who goes right by Rodman, who took the charge. Nice play by Rodman, and Patterson stayed down, needed some assistance after the play.
Rodman love it. Later first quarter, Ruben Patterson drives, but Rodman is there to take the charge, which he was so good at doing while he was with the Bulls. And Rodman looking good here. The rebound and a nice outlet to German Dirk Nowitzki for the layup. Mavericks with a 3-point lead.
A banged up knee later in the first, off the miss. Rodman the rebound outlet to Nowitzki, and the owner, Mark Cuban, who made the deal to get Rodman there, was cheering him on. Dennis.
More Rodman. Playing some tough defense down low. Hits the floor, but he's...
The blonde one. Vintage Rodman diving for a loose ball. Later in
the blocking foul on this one of 5 fouls for Rodman. But here's the hustle he brings to the table. Can't make the save out of bounds, but Rodman did pick up 13 rebounds in this game, while this one did get away. Don't you do that again, Mr. Ball, in a 117-106 Mavericks loss. And here's how everyone felt about Dennis's debut.
Hollywood crowd into the quarter off the miss. Rodman the rebound, loses it out of bounds. He only took 1 shot in the game. Finished with 13 rebounds. And the basketball is his friend when he does rebound.
9.5 assists. He has shot the ball at 64%. Rodman +1. That's the only way he's going to hurt you offensively. It's the reason this is set up. Nash beats Cassell. The inside D has to rotate. Now watch. Here's help. Now Ham comes over. There's no one to block out Rodman. Therefore, it's an easy putback by Rodman. Over the years, a lot of people have suggested that Rodman go back to where he was from. And he has. He was raised in Dallas.
Dennis Rodman to run afoul of the referees. In just his second game with Dallas, Rodman staged a sit-down protest over what he felt was an illegal Milwaukee defense. He was slapped with 2 technical fouls, was ejected, and of course, upon his exit, as always, it was spiced up by the obligatory jersey donation.
Part of the unpredictability of this team. They sure had some good moments. He's out of bounds. They'll hit the line. He's out of bounds. They'll hit the line. Good, deep, running, technical on Rodman. Good job on the front. Rodman wanted an illegal defense. That's what he's upset about it. He's still talking about it. Rodman sits and he's gone. Rodman's gone. He sits down in the lane as if to say this is where the man was positioned, and Dennis Rodman has been tossed in his second game back. And second game with the Mavericks. It didn't take long, did it? No, you knew it wouldn't. Over the course of his career, Rodman has paid $163,000 in major fines. This one's going to go up because he's staying in his face. Yep. He won't leave. In the meantime, Jim, you know how he's hurting his team right now? They're losing 2 technicals. Maybe more in a moment. He's hurting his team. Yeah. Rodman has gone off. In the meantime, he's lost focus of them winning this ball game. They were coming. They were playing some good ball. And off comes the jersey. So the show continues. Get these two technicals. Make them. Yep. Got one. That's the important thing. Bucks were having a hard time scoring, and that helped. There's the man who brought Dennis Rodman to Dallas.
From Toronto as the Raptors took on Dennis Rodman and the Dallas Mavericks, and Rodman doing what he does best after missing one game after suspension, one of 16 rebounds on the day.
Takes a timeout.
On to the fourth.
Scores in so many different ways.
Just over 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Mavericks by 3. Kevin Willis, he has that hook shot, but not that time. Willis, Rodman, couple of veterans battling, and Dennis Rodman.
And Dennis Rodman said, hey, see all these big guys? They're bigger than me, but I still get the rebound because I want it more than anybody else.
Normally happens that way when Dennis Rodman's on the floor, doesn't it?
He does a great job right there. Kevin Willis, when he's got the ball in the post route, you can't back away from him. Watch what he does right here. He jumps away from Dennis instead of going right into him, back him up. And then here you have Antonio Davis at 6'10", Kevin Willis at 7 feet. Both of these guys trying to get the ball. Look at Dennis, just keeping it alive and tapping it to himself, which is what he does so well.
Uncanny instinct, of course, won 2 NBA championships when he didn't have the tattoos and the piercings with the bad boys in Detroit. He was sort of a player who was overshadowed. And then when he became a Chicago Bull and won 3 more rings, he was one of the Beatles, one of the guys who was part of that traveling sideshow.
Absolutely, and you're right. There's a lot of instinct, but he really does study. He studies his opponents. He studies individuals, teams. He looks for any advantage he can get. It just doesn't go out there and rebound. He knows what he's doing, who he's doing against, and the tendencies of all the players he plays against.
Carter bounces to Michael Stewart. Stewart posting up. Rodman again. Unbelievable underneath. His ability to get the basketball. Well, he has been called the worm. Sometimes does a little squirming on the floor, but in the paint, undeniably one of the best rebounders this game has ever seen.
Right, what's amazing about it, he's not that tall. Dennis Rodman is about 6'7", maybe 6'8". I stand at 6'7". We're pretty much eye to eye. He takes care of his body. He's very, very strong. He's always in great shape, despite all the rumors of partying and late nights. He's always in great condition. Good job there by Tracy McGrady, drawing the foul. Raptors have been pretty good at keeping Nowitzki out of the game. But somebody else is stepping now. It's Sabalos. They've scored 58 points out of Dallas' 78. Make that 80. Dropped him when he's had it.
Finley off. Rodman chasing. Look at the hustle by Dennis Rodman. And there he is on the floor in the Raptor bench. A few chuckles.
Dennis saying, you could have caught me. You could have stuck a hand out. A little help here, guys.
Came out of the pick on Utah's John Stockton, just throws him to the ground. That's a technical foul.
I will say this.
Later, Rodman gets tangled up underneath with longtime nemesis Karl Malone. A double foul is called. That sets off the worm. But Rodman was just getting started with his tantrums. Fourth quarter, he's whistled for what he felt was a phantom foul. And he gets in Malone's face, prompting a second technical foul, which got him ejected. And on his way out of the arena, the fans fighting over his jersey, which he likes to hand out when he gets ejected. An ugly night all around for Dallas, which lost for the third.
Boston, where the Celtics hosted Dennis Rodman and the Dallas Mavericks. First half, Dennis was just being Dennis. Nearly hit Vitaly Potapenko with a elbow there, and then points which way he should be going. And then later on, Dennis' mistake leads to a big slam, and Dennis was just being himself, trying to save that loose ball there. But finally, Dennis would be constructive to his team, gets one of 16 rebounds there, kicks it out to Michael Finley, who hits the 3. The Mavericks, with a big comeback win in Boston, they take it by 8.